Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi will not be going to that inauguration Monday.
The announcement coming from a spokesperson for Pelosi who didn't provide a reason for her planned absence. However, Pelosi fell and injured her hip during an overseas trip last month, requiring hip replacement surgery before returning to the U.S. The 84-year-old is among a growing list of Democrats who are skipping Monday's ceremony in D.C. Former First Lady Michelle Obama also says that she plans to skip Trump's inauguration, as does Illinois Representative Delia Ramirez, a Chicagoan who represents the largely suburban 3rd District. In a prepared statement issued to the Daily Herald, Ramirez said she would feel unsafe at the inauguration because she is a brown woman and a daughter of immigrants. Ramirez's parents came to the U.S. from Guatemala. She says she will spend the day marking the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday in her district.
According to Newsweek, 13 House Democrats are planning not to go. 20 others are undecided right now. Among Democratic senators, Tammy Duckworth confirms with Fox 32 Chicago she will skip the event. 10 others remain undecided. 11 senators have confirmed their attendance. Is this an act of resistance against the incoming president? Well, let's get into it. North Central College political science professor Stephen Caliendo joins us now to weigh in and give some perspective.
Now, Professor, what do you make of all of these no-shows?
Well, T and Sylvia, I'm torn on this one. I got to be honest. I mean, on the one hand, the tradition is important, and especially when you have a transfer of power from one party to another, the symbolism of that is very important. And so I'm in favor of folks showing up for that reason. I will say it's complicated at this time because the differences between incoming President Trump and Democrats really aren't policy level differences. They're really fundamental differences about democracy. As you know, President Trump did not attend President Biden's inauguration. He broke with tradition in doing that. And I would say further, it complicates things because it is Martin Luther King Day. And elected officials do have a lot of responsibilities on that day as well. So this is a complicated one.
So since you're in favor of people showing up, let's talk about the people who will be going. Many celebrities like the Village People kind of shunned the president in the past. They're now part of the inaugural event. Some companies that criticized them in the past, like Coke, are now on board. Why do you suppose this is changing? Is this self-preservation maybe?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. It's self-preservation. I think we saw it at the end of the campaign when Jeff Bezos told the Washington Post they weren't going to publish an endorsement of Kamala Harris. I think there's real concern, especially with Elon Musk's money being behind the president, that there could be real consequences for businesses who are not supportive of the president. So, yeah, I think self-preservation is a very important part of this. I don't think people are coming around to the president's ideas. I think they're finding that he will be have more retribution against his political enemies in this administration than he did in the first.
Yeah, that's what's happening with Meta right now as well.
So how do you expect this inauguration to be different from the last with President Trump?
Do you remember, Sylvia, that the last one with the President Trump, the big talk, all we talked about for a day afterwards was the crowd size. Yeah. And this was where, very famously, Kellyanne Conway, who was his press secretary at the time, came out to say, there's alternate facts when presented with information about the crowd size. And so that really ushered in a whole new sense of what we expect in terms of truthfulness in politics. I don't know what to expect in terms of a crowd size here. He has tons of supporters. 77 million people voted for him. Many more people than that are supportive of him. Weather always makes a difference on something like this. But the number of people who show up and as you pointed out, some celebrities who typically have not done so, big-name celebrities like Carrie Underwood, are going to be there as well.
She's going to be singing America the Beautiful with her beautiful voice. Professor Caliendo, always good to see you. Thanks for joining us and weighing in here.
It's great to see you both.
You take care.